All right, so testing. You wanted to talk about testing precious metals today. Why?
It's an important thing. I see tons of people losing money buying fake stuff. There's a lot of fake stuff out there, and I see a lot of it. Definitely knowledgeable in that. But as far as testing, people always love to see the Sigma machine. It's my least favorite, but I got a lot of backlash after our last video. I whip it out for everybody now.
Hold on a second.
So now
you're not whipping stuff out for everybody.
I whip my Sigma out. No problem. These people. These people want to make sure that their coins are real, but my preferred method is always the X-ray machine. But I know it's a $20,000 machine, $18,000 machine. I know a lot of people can't afford that.
That thing. No, I know. No. That, to me, that looks like a radar detector gun.
People always ask, what the hell is that thing?
Like,
but,
are you a state trooper?
There's no fooling that. Actually, it can be fooled.
So let me ask you a question, though, because you have... So for those of you that don't know, he has like the gigantic like radar detector gun.
XRF analyzer.
Now, I have the Sigma Pro, which is like about this big. Comes in like a briefcase. I didn't buy the bridge. The bridge is like, I guess... another thing that you have with the wire and the wand or whatever to set up so that you can test like bigger bars.
Right.
I never really deal in bigger bars. That's why I didn't opt to buy that unit. But have you had experience with the Sigma Metalytics machines? Or
I've seen them all beaten. Where like I think the Sigma's only good from my experience anyway. And I use this thing quite often. It's not good on bigger stuff. It's only it's only good on 1 ounce. Tenth. Yeah, it's really it's really
maybe 20th.
Yeah. So I like the X-ray machine, and believe me, there's been questionable stuff where even 100-ounce silver bars, I'll drill it if I have to. Right. I'll ruin the whole bar just to not lose the money. You know what I mean? And make sure it's real. But yeah, I've done it. I've done it all.
Do you ever test for? So the businesses that you deal with, I assume they all have.
Yeah, most of them have Sigmas. A couple of them have XRF machines.
Okay. So the majority of the people watching this podcast definitely are not buying enough metals.
Right, to have an XRF machine.
Where they're buying XRFs or even Sigmas. Even the Sigma, like...
What'd you pay for yours? You got a better one than I do. I think I paid $850 for mine.
I had that one.
Right.
But then I sold it because I had bought the other one. The other one was, I think...
Do you notice a difference between them? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I mean, I use mine when I'm buying from sources that are not like, you and I buy from some also similar businesses. But if I'm not buying from like these big reputable businesses,
if you were to go local.
That's if I were to go local, then I would be using it or buying from somebody off social media.
Right.
But I haven't really noticed that much of a difference. The difference I have noticed. It's a bigger pain in the ass to use.
Oh yeah,
the bigger
I like
machine,
the one I have.
I do. I liked that one better.
Very easy to use.
I liked that one better too. This one, it's got 2 spots to test or something. I don't even know what the other one does. I just tested in the one, and it's not as user friendly. That one, absolutely, in my opinion. If those of you that are looking to buy a Sigma, I do have a link in the description. I would say to buy the Sigma, not the Sigma Pro.
It's like it's the first series that came out.
Yep, it's like $850 to $1,000. But guys, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Especially if you're doing deals peer to peer, people close by or what have you. And it's very portable. Like the other thing I have, I feel like I'm doing like
a this is small.
Major drug deal or something with this like gigantic briefcase.
Yeah,
right. No, this one's good, and I've seen businesses just using that.
Yeah, sure.
I've never done the acid and what is the
only
file?
Problem you ruin the coin. A lot of that acid test is
more for jewelry.
It's for scrap gold and for jewelry, but it had the same effect. You could file into the coin and drop the acid right on it and tell you if it's real or not. You know what I mean?
So when you get fakes, what do you do with them all? You keep them in a collection?
Anytime I've ever purchased something that wasn't real, I just contact the customer. They've given me my money back, and I've given it back to them.
And you've given it back to them.
I mean? And they've had to go and try and get their money back from the customer that they bought it from.
Right.
Right. It's funny. I see one coin. I just seen it this week, too. It's a 1/10. They have a 1/4 ounce and a 1/2 ounce. And it says, it's written right on the bottom of the coin. No. It says 0.24 carat. gold. It means
And
it's
it's a
like
coin?
It's like the most minute amount of gold
it's
in
a
it.
coin?
Yeah, I think one of them island ones. That,
Oh, yeah, like
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Niue or
Right.
from
And,
Tokelau or something.
Yeah, I've been seeing them. I've seen them quite a few times. But anytime I've ever come across a fake, it's always been under the same conditions.
The majority of the stackers that I've spoken with don't own Sigmas. Essentially, they just buy from sources that they feel that they could trust. But, I've even purchased metals, not from like an Atmex or whatever, but from coin shops. I've purchased stuff.
I'm knocking because you know what I'm thinking right now, and I've never sold. I've never sold any. I've never sold anything that wasn't real. I've never had that issue. I've purchased it.
How do you know? What if the customers that bought from you?
Plus, we buy most of the stuff I sell is from suppliers, like we talked about, and like, do you question that stuff? I don't know.
I don't question it, but also like think about the damage that could do to their business if there was a report that came out.
I know they have relationships with some of these big refiners. Sometimes when I order 25 ounces of gold, they come in these blister pack things, and they're in serialized sequence numbers.
Yeah.
You're the first person to even own them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Didn't a major mint, an international one, I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to speak incorrectly, but didn't like a major international mint have like some sort of issue with fakes or something that was going on?
If
like
we're
2
talking
years
about
ago.
the same thing, it was with the purity of the bars.
Okay.
But if you read more into it, it had all pure gold's 9999, and the other metals are like minute traces of whatever else is in there,
and a little bit of silver,
and that level was high.
Gotcha.
It had nothing to do with the
amount of gold.
Yeah, no. But it could be misleading. You know what I mean? Anytime you hear of a company that something like that, you think, oh my God, they're putting out fake bars.
Right.
But there's like regulations, and like a lot of them places are ISO certified. They're like pretty legit.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would you say for people that are watching this episode when it comes to protecting themselves? If they don't have the money to buy a Sigma.
And I tell people all the time, buy from a reputable dealer.
Okay.
These people that are doing deals on, I just don't, I don't know. I feel that you're not safe buying online, like in these chat groups and stuff. I see people getting ripped off at least a couple times a day. Scammer accounts. I see people posting about it. We've talked about people stealing our stuff. And I don't know. I just buy from a reputable dealer. Pay a little bit extra. You know what I mean?
Peace of mind.
Yeah, it's ugh. I don't know.
And there are reputable dealers online.
And I keep having people come here and ask me to check their stacks.
So
which
what
I
do you
do also. You know what I mean?
Do you do that for a fee? Because you have too much.
I don't care.
Really?
Some guy came here the other day. He had 4 or 5 ounces of gold. And he's seen, I even had
that
customers.
doesn't take, right.
I even had customers here. And the guy was like, hey, listen, man, I know you have that machine. Would you mind testing a couple pieces for me? I said, yeah, no problem. I don't charge them nothing. I had it on anyway. What's the difference?
Right, right. Do you ever just mess with them and like aiming at them and go, pew, pew,
man.
pew,
They're
pew.
sitting there. No. But I thought you were going to say mess with them and say it's not gold.
Oh, that would be a good idea too.
We should get that on film.
No,
that's not cool.
That is
believe
cool.
Me,
that's awesome.
They sit
that's
there.
That's fantastic.
And,
they panic.
They sit there waiting for the results to like.
I think that's awesome.
I had a customer this week bought a gold eagle from it. The lady that we talked, she called me last night, found it.
Where was it? In the bag?
In the same bag.
Where you told her?
Where I told her it was. You know what? We actually played the video back because everything here is on.
I know. I saw it with you.
Yeah, and it's as clear as day, man. She's like, it can't be. I said, no, it's in your bag.
Right.
Middle compartment.
Middle compartment in the next to this envelope.
She did call me today and she found it because you know what? You never want that. She leaves. I sell her something. She leaves here. It's out of her possession. I'm the bad guy.
I know.
It's my fault. And which she didn't accuse me or anything like that. But,
So listen.
It puts the doubt in it.
I've listened to everything you've said, but I cannot get.
Oh boy.
Who's that? I don't know. What is that? Is that your alarm to wake up? Time to do 10 push-ups.
To do at 9:05.
Time to do 10 push-ups. I just can't get out of my head now the idea of screwing with people testing their gold. Now I think we need to create a series which is called
Yes,
effing with customers. And so they come in, you have a hidden camera, and you're like, sorry, dude, it's fake. It's not real. I don't know what to tell you. Look here.
Might need security.
And then like, what? And they're like, oh, I'm just joking.
It's funny. From when people come in here sometimes and like they ask my opinion of a coin or like, give an appraisal on something, and it's, what the hell do you know?
They say that?
Yeah. If it's a price they don't want to hear it, you know what I mean? Or I look at it and I say, hey, listen, man, this is not real. It's not, you know what I mean? What the hell do you know anyway, man?
But see, we need to get these things
I should get
camera.
a couple of them on camera.
We should also, and you know what? You should have a disclaimer that says, like, you're being
filmed.
recorded. This may be used for educational purposes. Think about when you call up like a call center or something like, or a credit card company, they're like, this call may be recorded for training purposes. So for you, like this video for entertainment purposes, like this
they're being filmed for
entertainment. But you should do something like somebody comes into, you're like, oh, have any idea what this is? You'd be like, oh my God, do you have any idea what that is? Make it seem like they've got something really special. What is it?
I wish we could have got this on camera. My father deals with the public out there.
Yes.
Some lady had some like heirloom. It was like, I don't know if it was a flag or I don't know what it was, but it was material, clothing or something, right? And she's showing it like this. Apollo came running in the air and bit it right out of her.
Oh, no.
And went running down the
And your dad's probably like, Apollo, come. Apollo, no. Because your dad certainly isn't going to go running after the dog.
You know what? We should film some content here. There's always some entertainment going on.
So here's the thing, like, you guys, if you wanted, right, you could freaking clean.
Yeah, no, we get a good
clean
wild
everything
show
up
here.
there.
Yeah.
There's the amount of content.
And you should see. I'm a little bit boring. I deal with the dealers and like. It's like I had the same customers that I service over and over. It's like, on when you deal with the public and these local coin shops, like you never know what's coming through the door.
Well, look at that, like that show. What was it? Not Pawn Stars. The other one, Hardcore Pawn or something.
Yeah, you don't know what's
the
coming
one that's like in Detroit, and they're like, I want my money.
My business is not like that. These dealers set appointments. Most of the positions are locked in beforehand. So I don't really get that general public
interaction with the characters,
which I stopped doing. I did it one time, but dealing with the public,
too much.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's too much.
It's
you get to at least being the bit. So it's the same with me. Like, in order to deal with me, you got to be a paying subscriber. You got to be a paid member. I know then you're legit. I don't have to mess around with you. I know that you're good. Don't have to waste your time. Don't have to waste my time. I know that you're good for it. It's the same thing with you and having to hem and haw with and like wheel and deal with like the public, and you don't have time for the negotiations. It's like the dealers that you work with, like you maybe haggle a little bit on the prices or whatever, and like move on to the next thing. Right. You can't just be wasting all this time.
Public stuff. It takes a special kind, My father's good with the people
or have a
out
Cane
there.
Corso flipping dog to.
Like, my father's good with the people. They come in. He's good with the public, but not for me, man.
No.
Nah.
Well, I think going back to what we set out to discuss at the beginning of this video, definitely, obviously, people need to be buying from reputable people.
Yeah.
Do you need to have a Sigma? Do you need to have an XRF? No. As long as you are buying from reputable people also, or businesses, but those same businesses, if they are reputable, if they ever do, like a coin shop ever does sell you something fake by accident, then they absolutely, with no question, should take it back.
That's another thing too. And you always ask, you said, oh, how do you know? Like I buy anything. If there's a receipt that I sold you, I'll buy it back. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's nothing, and
you have a good memory too, though. I've
even taken it a step further recently, and a lot of the 1 ounce bars are serial numbers,
right?
And on a lot of the receipts, I've been writing the last 4 digits of the serial number on it.
Oh, extra layer of
that
security.
Way, 2 years later, you want to sell it back to me, and said, oh, here's the receipt. This is the bar I bought from you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, we're gonna do this again next Sunday. Definitely make sure that you tune in. Let us know in the comments. How is it that you are protecting yourselves? Are you testing your metals? Do you just buy from reputable places? And obviously, check out Andrew's website.
Yep, BayshoreBullionExchange.com.
And EmpirePreciousMetals.com is my website. And guys, we will see you on the next one.